got my coffee, and I'm ready to get this day officially started. So let's pull out of this fuel island and get on the road. So yesterday did not quite go very well. Right after I unloaded in Nashville, I was supposed to go over to Salisbury. Well, first off, it was a 2 pickup load, right? And the first pickup, technically, that's a horrible place to park, guys. Anyways, the first pickup, technically, was supposed to be in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And then I was supposed to pick up in Salisbury. It was a load of recalled bread, frozen bread, going up to Marzetti. So the problem with that was to go from Nashville, North Carolina to Black Mountain, North Carolina. It was about 4.5 hours of driving, and then to go from Black Mountain to Salisbury, it's another 2 to 2.5 hours. But it was back in the exact same direction that I just came from. So in other words, I would have passed Salisbury first, and it would have saved me basically 4 hours of round trip driving. Talked to my boss about it. She goes, okay, go ahead and go to Salisbury first, and then Black Mountain. And I told her, well, I'll be late for my appointment in Black Mountain. I mean, heck, I probably would have been late for it anyway, but they had the appointment for so early. She said she'd deal with it. I get to Salisbury, to Food Line. By the way, that place is awesome. The people that work there at Food Line, at least that I dealt with for the recall situation, they were extremely helpful. Even though they couldn't pull it off for me, they couldn't do what I needed them to do because, well, I was asking for a magic trick, as I found out after I got there. They were super nice. They stayed like 45 minutes after they were supposed to go home. All right, guy, the skinny pedal's on the right. That accelerates. Come on, dude. There's no way you're slower than me right now. Wow, really? You're slowing down? And hell, the guards there are even cool, man. The guards there carried 9mm on their hips at a Food Lion. I loved it. At a Food Lion in Salisbury, North Carolina, the guards at the guard shack, when you check in there, they all carry like 9mm sidearm. I digress. So I'm there for 2 hours trying to figure out what load I'm supposed to get, when the only pickup number I was given was Recall 09. And I even told the broker, I said, well, I'm going to need a number. I've never been anywhere, or at least very rarely do I ever go anywhere that they don't require some pickup number, and Recall 09 just did not seem like it would suffice. And sure enough, I was right. They needed an IR number, is what they called it, and they had the load. They knew what load I was picking up, but apparently after I took it to Marzetti, somebody else was going to bring it back down to Alabama, and so they had the final destination on their paperwork of Alabama and not Columbus, where Marzetti is. So not even the destination matched. So after being there for 2 hours, we ended up giving up. And my boss said, well, just go ahead and try. Well, first off, I skipped the part. They also told my boss, after I got to this place, after I got to Salisbury, like at about 1:30, keep in mind, Salisbury is about 2 to 2.5 hours away from Black Mountain. They tell my boss that the place I was going to in Salisbury, Ingalls, closes at 2 p.m. Now, hold up a second. It ain't adding up, because they gave me a 2 p.m. appointment, but then they're telling my boss that they close at 2 p.m. I mean, maybe because it's a recall, they didn't want to put me in with all the other trucks, so they had a special appointment just for me, assuming that I would get there right when they were ready to close up, just so they could load what little product they had onto my trailer. That could be. But why would you give why else would you give somebody an appointment time for the time that close. There's no way I could even get there anyway. But anyway, my boss said, go ahead and drive on over there, Deadhead, over there and see if, they'll take you by any chance, even though it was going to be like 3 hours after the 2 o'clock deadline. So I get like 30 miles west of Statesville, North Carolina on 40. And my boss calls me and says, well, they just called and canceled the load on me, go home. So I ended up deadheading all the way back up from, basically all the way back from Nashville, North Carolina, all the way back up to the yard, which is about 40 miles north of Dayton, Ohio. But what can you do? I mean, that's one of those things. That's one of the, that's just something that happens out here, unfortunately. Nobody's really held accountable. I don't really know whose fault that really would have been. I mean, in my mind, it kind of seems like it should have been the broker's responsibility. I mean, if they had just simply had a pickup number for me, which is pretty much their job, is to know everything about the load that they're requiring to be picked up, or that they're asking to be picked up, they need to know all the information about it. And if they don't have a pickup number, then they need to realize, well, maybe I should get a pickup number for this driver before he gets to the pickup. But they didn't do it, and it took 2 hours for them to tell me they couldn't find a pickup number. So that was lovely. But like I said, the guys there at Food Lion were really nice. One of the guys' name was Ray. I forget the other guy's name. But, they just kind of kept me company while I sat. I stood in there for 2 hours in the office waiting for, callbacks and whatnot, trying to figure it all out myself. And they were just really nice guys, and they, but like the one guy, Ray, was telling me, he goes, well, we can't sit around here forever. And I said, hey, I completely understand. You can only do so much. And as far as I was concerned, the personnel at Food Lion went above and beyond to help. I mean, they can only do so much. And, it's one thing if, we can't find the IR number, but if our destinations don't even match up, then everything else matched up, though. The case count matched up, the weight matched up. I mean, the weight matched up to the pound. The dollar value amount matched up to the cent. So it was obvious it was my load, but we couldn't find the IR number, and it was going. They had 2 different destinations. It is what it is, right? So I deadheaded home and got home so late that I ended up just going to my shipper and backing into a door, and that way they could start on me in the morning. It would have been fruitless to go home, I mean, it just wouldn't have done any good to go home. I would have had to leave again right away, so I just went to the shipper, and which was about a half an hour from the yard, and got loaded. And now I'm en route to Elizabeth, New Jersey.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now. so strong, so strong now. It's so strong, so strong now. It's so strong. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you
can't they put addresses anywhere? Gotta love places that don't put goddamn addresses on anything. I have no idea what address I'm at. Has to be it right there. Numbers, people, use them. Put them somewhere, for God's sakes. Still don't see a number or a goddamn name. I see a picture of a chicken on the side of that trailer and I'm picking up eggs, so maybe... Aha, Highline. I had to look at the damn truck to know where I was. That's awesome. Let's go check in. So, I decided I've decided this a long time ago, but definitely got to lose this weight. It's going to be literally the death of me. So, what you saw me doing there was only part of my workout that I just did. You know, I'm getting loaded right now, so what better time, you know, while you're in your truck not doing anything, rather than trolling on social media, wasting your time and stuffing your face with food because you're bored, workout. That's the train of thought that I need to stick with. I need to focus on that train of thought. I need to work out more when I'm just sitting here. So my little workout consisted of kettlebell. I don't know what they're exactly called. Kettlebell swings, but in combination with squats. You know, where you do one squat, then you know, swing the kettlebell, and you know, then that counts as one rep. I did several sets of those, and I also did some arm curls with the kettlebell. It's not a very heavy kettlebell. It's 15 pounds, so it's not a huge kettlebell, but it's still, you know, when you do 20, 30, 40 reps, it, you know, which I didn't do in the video obviously, but when you do 20, 30, or 40 reps, you feel it. That's for sure. Especially when you haven't done squats for a long time, you really feel your thighs. You know, you really feel that in your thighs and whatnot. Or, you know, I'm obviously not a doctor. I do understand what I have to do to work out, and I think everybody understands what they have to do. You know, it's just a matter of pushing yourself to do it. So that's what I need to do. But anyways, I did that, and I also did. You know, the truck is this particular Volvo, it's only the 670, so it's only got, I think, a 60-inch sleeper. Most trucks have at least a 72-inch. Most trucks have at least a 72-inch sleeper. And then the Volvo I'll be getting here soon, the 780, has a you know, much bigger 77-inch sleeper. So I'll be able to utilize that space more. But what I do, or what I did in here, since it's too short for my body length to do push-ups on the ground, is I extended my feet as close to the dash as I could, and then I, you know, put my arms on, or I'd push off from the bottom bunk. So it wasn't the full effect of a push-up, but when you weigh as much as I do, even being on the incline like that, which, you know, decreases your resistance. So I'm sure there's a formula where I could say, hey, if I'm 323 pounds and I do a push-up from, say, a 15-degree angle, you know, how much weight am I actually pushing? You know, maybe it could be It might be as low as 190. I don't know. Maybe probably not even that. But anyway, so I did that. Several sets of that. Did chair dips. And you place your hands on them, basically some kind of a fixed object that's at least a couple of feet high, and then you can just you push yourself up from behind your back, basically. Did a couple sets of those. Yeah, it's definitely something you can do while you're in a truck, and I really need to do. I really need to make a habit out of it. So anyways, I did that before I even had any breakfast, which they say it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to work out like that on an empty stomach and then have breakfast right after. Not a huge breakfast, but something, maybe some protein. So I'm gonna have some eggs and piss off the vegans a little bit. Go on about my day. Once I'm done here, I'll go to a truck stop and take a shower, and we'll be good. So yeah, I just need to, again, I got to do that more. Really do. So apparently, when I'm using the other camera, the FaceTime camera, my microphone barely works. That's why in a couple former clips, including the opening clip on this vlog, the sound quality is horrible. But when you flip it around to the main camera like it's on right now, sound quality is perfect. Does anybody have any idea why that might be? I thought there was only one microphone. I didn't think it mattered what camera you used as far as the mic goes. But so I guess I'm gonna have to use this camera, as I have no intention of buying a new phone anytime soon. And this is all I use for my vlogging because it just takes too long to use my GoPro and our Canon Rebel and the SLR and all that stuff. It takes way too long to edit that stuff and put it on the laptop, and it's just so much quicker with a phone. It just is. Just so much more convenient. But anyways, with that being said, I guess I'll bring my I've got one of those cell phone selfie sticks at home in my truck, in my Ford. I'll bring that with me, I guess, and hold that out in front of me like a 17-year-old girl. But anyways, as you saw in the video, I need to push myself more to work out, as we all need to push ourselves more to work out in this business, especially when you are doing what we do, or what a lot of us do, and all we are door swingers, the flatbedders and people that actually do a lot of the labor, the unload and load, things like that. They get some physical exercise, but the door swingers like us, we don't. We have to push ourselves to do it. We have to do, so take some time when you're being loaded or unloaded somewhere, especially when you got a reefer, you're going to be someplace for a couple hours. Spend 15, 20, 30 minutes a day and do some squats in your truck, do some weightlifting with a kettlebell, improvise, do what you can, walk around your truck. I think 1 mile is like 32 laps around your truck, something along those lines. Do that, stuff like that. When you're at a truck stop, walk around. I know you can't walk around your truck when it's in a dock, but when you're at a truck stop, you can. When you're done for the night, you can. I don't know, whatever you can do to be active, do it. I have to lose this weight. It needs gone. Just needs gone. And diet is 80 to 90% of the success, and so a very small fraction is the exercise, but it's still part of it. So we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We got families at home, guys. We got to be stick around for them, right? So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here and relax. And I'm going to, go ahead and cook some dinner, which I got some vegetables that I'm going to cook. So some vegetables and some chicken. So anyways, that's pretty healthy. Pretty good dinner. So with that said, guys, I'm getting off of here, and I hope you all stay safe out there. And we will talk to you all later. All right? Take care, guys.